the High Stakes Fantasy Network. I am Greg Ambrosius, joined by Darik Buchar, and tonight we are live streaming the Rotowire Online Championship. It is the Beat Jeff Erickson draft. Jeff is going to join us pretty soon. He's probably getting prepped already right now, but we'll get him on here as well. In fact, I just hear he came in. So hang on 1 second. It's a big day. Big day. There he is. Jeff, how you doing? We don't wait for you. We don't wait. I'm doing good. How about you?
I gotta imagine you're doing as good as anybody on the planet right now, Greg.
We are.
Yeah. And Derek.
Spotted Cow tonight. Spotted Cow. You'll like New Glarus Brewery here. So
nice.
Celebrating.
Small Bones IPA or Snail Bones IPA. It's Elysian.
Snail Bones.
I'm just doing the red solo cup.
Yeah, but I know what's in that red solo cup. So.
I gotta alternate back and forth on that.
Yeah. So what do you think, Jeff? I mean, I told Derek I honestly was emotional when it happened because I had seen the Heyman tweet like they were going to not maybe go through or vote for it. I just got emotional. And when it came and there was a positive, I just honestly cried. I honestly did.
I was doing a podcast. I had Lenny and Andrea on, Lenny Melnick and Andrea Lamont on.
I saw
and saw the Passon tweet coming down the pike. And I was like, is that even Jeff Passon?
Yeah, I know.
Jeff this morning. And all their sorts of NFT stuff on there.
Yeah.
But he got it back and hit a home run and saw the first pitch he saw there. And, it was pretty awesome. I'm wondering, are we going to get a signing tonight, though? Is it going to take a day or two, do you think?
No, it's they already approved it 30-0. The owners did, so I don't know about that.
I think we'll get one guy. We'll get one later tonight. We'll get one big guy tonight.
On the Padres. That was almost done right before the lockout. So
yeah, they're not going to do it too quick because they want to show that they weren't tampering during when they weren't supposed to talk to them and stuff. So it's all teed up. And it'll come during your draft tonight after you pick somebody.
We'll get one or two.
Should be fun. But no, I'm happy for the industry. I mean, this would have been a huge blow. I'm happy for baseball fans. Once the free agent signings come, we're all going to forget about this. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to be good. We're going to forget about this. And Las Vegas is going to be fantastic. I mean, seriously, it's going to be a lot of hugging and kissing and all that, man. It's going to be great. And I'm going to be leading most of the kissing, just so you know. So get your shots before you see me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, just keep that beard on. It makes you,
Hey, me and you, baby, we're going to rub a little bit. All right.
I get a little more gray in mine, too, these days.
Yeah, you do. Hey, what do you think about this one? You got the 7th pick. We're going to have fun tonight. We'll talk about the CBA, but what do you think about this one?
So, I'm hoping one of the top 5 slip, but I'm prepared to do one build if I get Cole, another build if I get Vlad. I don't think I'm going to reach below that, even though I am a little worried about the, power speed combo not getting that in the first round, but probably not going to do anything too crazy here.
Okay, sounds good. Here goes Tatis Jr. He has been going number 1 in most of our online championship drafts in the last 2 weeks. And so Ramirez at 2. He's usually been going 3, but I don't think we'll see much. I would love to have a top 5 pick. Derek, what about you? If you had a KDS right now, what would be your KDS?
I would shoot for 1. Again, me being a volume player, I'd move him around. I honestly feel in a 12 team I can draft from anywhere without much trouble. But of course I want if I can get a Tatis or a Turner right up front, I'm going to start with that. I think you get a leg up in my opinion. So, but again, anywhere in the first round, you can't go wrong in a 12. You're going to get, I mean, when we look at teams after 4 or 5 rounds, they all better be good because you better, that's just what.
I think 5 is where the draft really starts. That's where I think you start to see a little bit more variance. Of course, we saw no variance today.
No. So now you're going to get one of your guys. You're either going to get Vlad or Cole here.
Yeah, I think it starts with 6 because Cole he can creep in the top 5, but it's usually these top 5 hitters. So I think it starts at 6, and there you got Cole.
Yeah, it went Cole 6, so of course it did. I wanted to build around Cole, but I'll build around Vlad instead, and I'll have some fun with it.
Okay, so talk about Vlad because that's been the Twitter thing is, he hit in minor league parks last year, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't run, so he shouldn't go in the first round. Can you build a winning roster around Vlad?
In a 12, it's easier than a 15, obviously.
Yeah.
Because when you don't get speed in the first round and you don't get an ace, I mean, that's what you're kind of pinning yourself to trying to get one of those 2 the next round. kind of takes you out of Freddie, takes you out of Devers. I mean, it doesn't necessarily, but
Mhm.
it gives you a lot more options. You get the power speed combo.
Right.
Now, if all the power speed guys get dried up here in the next few picks, then so be it. I mean, it's the risk you take.
Yeah.
I've seen the responses to push up Robert or push up Acuna and think that he's going to run. Guys, one thing I'm interested in seeing is like now that we've had just this lack of information. You always have like players reporting in spring training. Acuna, for instance, who just went at 10. We don't know what
Right.
sort of status is his knee at? Is he going to be able to run? Is he going to be ready for the start of the season?
Yeah.
Does a short preseason, a short spring training limit his chances of being ready? These are all questions you kind of have to ask.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we're all assuming Acuna, he's not going to run as much, but hey, he'll get 20. If he hits 40 homers, that's fine in the first round. We have no idea, right? We don't even know when he's going to be on the field to start off. So
Yeah,
it's a crapshoot. I mean, like I said before, he looks good in those workout videos, though. He's moving pretty good in the workout videos, but
Yep.
that doesn't translate, obviously.
Was Cespedes the first workout video that made people go crazy? I think it might have been.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
I think he's the OG workout.
I think
video.
it was Jane Fonda, actually, Jeff. You're kind of young,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure it was Jane Fonda.
you're really dating yourself. I mean,
I
come on.
know. I
Although
know.
somehow she did avoid the draft.
Oh, that's a good one right there. You're not young enough for that, but that's a good one. That's a good one from the Vietnam War.
I'm 50. I'm a man. I'm 50.
I know, but it's the Vietnam War. You weren't even born. Well, you're just
I'm
barely
aware
born.
of that. But I've read a book before. So it's okay.
Look at us. We're all in a better mood because of what happened
Oh,
today.
hell
Oh my God, yeah.
Could it have been
Oh.
a better day better news leading into this?
No,
Now it's a
it was-
celebration and not like worrying.
I wasn't going to show up for this if it hadn't gone through. I'll just tell you that right now. Derek was on his own. Maybe Tom jumps in here. I'm not here with you, Jeff, if they don't get the deal done today.
Sure.
I was
Understood.
telling Greg before you got on it. It feels like I've been up for at least 72 hours straight. I haven't been, but that's what it feels like at this point.
I mean, we're all thinking about you almost as much as anyone here because, I mean, Greg, you're the face of it. Derek, I know you're like the backbone of it. And Tom, and just realizing how much you have at stake.
Yeah. You know, my feeling was really 19 years of hard work like this, and we're really going to have a shutdown of the game for a year or whatever. I mean, I know what our revenue number is. We're really going to lose all of that. All this hard work. I mean, we've been working for months leading up to this. Everybody
Yeah, right.
feels that way in the industry, right? Everybody feels it. But I mean, we really put a lot into it, and I definitely put my heart and soul into it. And I felt terrible when somebody said they felt best for me. That made me feel good because I said, yeah, I feel best for me right now too.
Yeah, talking about our buddy Scott Genstad is who tweeted that out. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So it's
You're on the clock
Mookie
again.
Ace time.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I'm gonna go Mookie. Jason Collette's article is a little scary, but I'm gonna go with the last remaining like elite power speed option. There's
Yeah.
at least not on that tier. I'm gonna go Mookie on this one, and then we'll see. I mean, I'm not really doing anything out of line right now. It's not,
No.
not exactly
What,
like
what
I'm
was the
doing
article
for-
that you mentioned that about Mookie?
Well, that since 2019, it's not just he's a bad year; it's a bad 2.5 years. Is his take on that? There, my stance is that you can kind of write off a little bit of last year. Now,
Yeah.
arguably, injuries could be part of the package going forward. And again, what I really worry about is some of these guys with the shortened spring training. Are they going to try to rush to get
Yeah.
ready for the show? Are they going to be limited a little bit in the first 2 weeks of the season? I mean, it's April 7th. It's not like
Yeah.
we're starting in hot weather everywhere. It's still going to be cold,
Yeah.
where you live in Canada and all. But but I don't know. He's still Mookie to me. And
But are you more worried about pitchers maybe trying to ramp up too quickly than hitters ramping
Sure.
up too quickly? Yeah.
pitchers and injured players are what I'm worried about more than anything.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with you. Yeah, you know, we had a beat writer on from the Astros, and he said, really, they need 4 weeks. They don't need 6 weeks to ramp up. They need
Right.
4 weeks. These guys are working out at all these private places, but they do need at bats, and so 4 weeks should be enough. But so I think, I don't know. I'm just so happy to see baseball. I think it's all going to work out.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I'm kind of curious to see like what the Royals do with like Bobby Witt. Do they have? I heard this on the Call Up podcast. We were put up against them in the baseball pods competition.
Yeah.
It's a really good podcast, and they had a Royals based one, and they're talking. Okay, should we should they send him to AAA because he's not in the 40 man to start the season, or should he be in Major League spring training games facing big league pitchers and to ramp up? It's an interesting question.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Anthony. We're all happy for everybody. I'm especially happy for our NFBC community because, again, I think it's just going to be fantastic at the live events. This is something everybody was looking forward to. What I felt bad about was everybody had their trips planned, right? And when I was talking to people, they were like, I'm going anyways. I mean, I really want to draft, but I'm going to Vegas for a getaway because that's what I want. So it put us in a tough spot where we were almost like, we can't host it because honestly, I wasn't taking another $70,000 on food and beverage expenses if the season was going to get shut down.
It had to happen today for us. It literally had to happen today. That's how close it was.
It did.
I booked my hotel today after the news. I hadn't booked it yet. I'm driving up, so I had some flexibility, but I wasn't coming without a draft.
Yeah, no, I knew it. And people would say, well, then just schedule a different one. Well, if half the people were already up there, they're not coming back. It just would have put us in a really tough spot. The Bellagio has been fantastic.
Yes,
she worked with me every step of the way and gave me all this time. So it's all good. But
that's great.
Again,
I kind of screwed myself on the hotel because I waited because the Bellagio, for instance, doesn't have any 2-bed rooms. My buddy Tim Schuler and I are drafting together.
Yeah.
And the prices are really high for that weekend.
Yes, it is.
So if you waited, you kind of lost out a little bit.
Yeah, Sweet 16 for sure. It's
but I'm going to Park MGM instead, so it's an easy walk.
Perfect. There's a lot of guys going over to Park MGM, and Da Vinci ballrooms are right there off the tram. It's perfect. Stay there.
Yeah.
Stay
Plus,
there.
Italy's right there.
Yeah,
Park MGM's a nice place. I liked when we were there for that year. I love that pool though as well too. So the Park MGM.
I love that it's now a non-smoking casino too.
Yeah, you got the hockey rink right across the street. Nice little bars in there too. It's really nice.
Yeah,
I mean, it's an old enough casino that they have secondhand lingering smoke from 40 years ago.
No, they did a nice job on that. I mean, they put about $600 million into that redevelopment, so that was nice. But the year we had it, that was 2019, actually, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, 2019.
Last time we actually hosted a full crew there was 2019. So, all right, we're not watching as much here. We got a Cole Scherzer build I see right here. Team 1 with Tatis, Woodruff, and Wheeler. Interesting. Perez goes at team pick 26. Interesting. So. Kind of a chalk first round. I've
now seen that Tatis, Woodruff, Wheeler build from that spot about 3 or 4 times. I think Vlad did that the last one we did. Honestly,
I'm super jealous. I gotta admit,
it's a nice start. But I think I've seen that now 3 or 4 times in the 25 or 26 that have been done.
Yeah, well, you're going to be watching more than 25 or 26.
I'll be watching 25 at one point pretty soon. So
it's going to be great.
Yeah. So my debate here is Hader or Marte. I am going to go with. I think I'm going to go Marte. I'm passing up on the top 2 closers, and that's okay. But I don't want Bieber, so I'll just disclose that I'm not taking Bieber there. So it's either a closer or a speed guy. I'm going to go start with Marte though.
You're getting your speed. You got some power. I mean, he goes perfect with Guerrero, right?
Well, that's kind of the thought, and then
beautiful batting average build too if everything works out at this point.
And I like the next tier of pitchers. I think it's deep enough that I can get some that I like, and I'm just gonna have to have a yellow brick wall at some point, but that's fine.
I think Marte does more for your team than Hader would have at this point.
I still can't pay the price of Hendricks and Hader. I love, again, like I've always said, I thought I loved closers more than anyone on earth, to be honest with you, but I can't pay those prices. I just can't do it.
Well, and it's a draft and hold mentality still. I think a lot of people have that still going on. In a 12 team, I'm comfortable waiting a little bit on closers, not super long, but in a 15, it's a little bit more urgency. I did go wait on closers in TGFBI, and I have 3 guys that have a chance at getting saves, maybe 3.5 really, but it's a little ugly. Usually I like to get one of the top guys and then kind of build around after that.
All right, so you say you didn't want Bieber, and of course Sean paid 28 for him in our AL auction. So
I never got a chance to talk to you about your AL auction. I was doing the Zoom room thing on Baseball HQ. Sean making all these young guy buys, or was this?
Oh,
you?
absolutely. I had nothing to do with this. I
was like,
I am
that's
divorcing
not a Greg
myself
buy.
from
That's not a
baseball.
Greg buy.
Huh?
I thought that's not Greg. That's not Greg.
No.
That's not Greg. Oh, wait, here's an old guy. That's Greg.
Here, this is what the one thing is. Sean always goes $40 for the top guy, right? And he came in and he said, "You know what? I'm going to lay off. I want to get a bunch of these $20 guys. I like the young guys. I think they're going to bust out." I'm like, I love that build. I'm tired of spending 110 for 3 guys and then sitting for 2 hours. And he wanted Franco, he wanted Witt, he wanted Rutschman. We've got 5 guys that are very, very young. Melendez as well. So I kind of like the build. The pitching is tougher, but then people had run out of money, and we were sitting there with money at the end, which was interesting. We're never in that position. So we got Severino. We got some of those guys later on. I think it was an interesting build. I think it was a good build, but it was definitely Sean driving the car, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Did you do something similar in the NL?
No, so then we did the opposite in the NL. We went heavy for the top guys and sat with a lot of money. The NL, you probably didn't watch it, but there were a lot of guys that had a lot of money left, man. It was very
good.
That's uncharacteristic. I mean, DVR will admit he waited too long. He had a lot of money left.
That's so not DVR like.
Absolutely. He's in on the early guys. He had $18 left. So he even admitted he waited too long. But,
I liked your AL build, Greg. I told you I liked your AL team way more than your NL team, but I totally forgot that there were some free agents not in there. Like you guys couldn't bid on some guys. So when it comes to fab time that first after these signings, it'll be interesting to see how you guys complete that team.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I like the AL build better as well. We were short on the infield, obviously, in the NL, but we were thinking Freeman's going to come in. We're going to go all over. We're going to get one guy. It's going to be a live auction. Can you believe that? We're going to do it online.
Oh, it's live.
It's going to be live. I didn't know what it was going to be either, but it's going to be a live auction. Okay, everybody's got $100. Freddie Freeman, 60, 61, 62.
I'm snapping 90 right away. I'm stamping 90. I'm doing that. That's it.
I thought it might be a blind bid, but it's not. It's going to be a live auction.
Does anybody get to go to 100 on him? Because
I would say yes.
Guy, obviously.
I would say yes. Because in labor, if you get a guy on the DL, you get that money back. So you could bid 100, you may still get some money back.
Yeah, but there are no $0 bids and there's no trading of fab.
Right.
So
no, it would hamstring you, no doubt about it. But
so Jeff, I think you got a guy fall to you here nicely if you're thinking what I'm thinking.
Well, I've got 2 guys I'm thinking of here, Derek. That's the issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm debating between a starter and a shortstop. And I think I'm going to go the shortstop, to be honest with you. I'm going to continue the hitting build. I'm going to take Xander Bogaerts. Boring pick, but it's a foundational guy.
Yep. Perfectly
fine.
You're
thinking?
My guy would have been. I probably would have went pitcher with your build, but again, I think Xander's been exactly like you said. We talked about this last draft too that we were on. Like, what has Bogaerts done other than just being a boring guy that he keeps falling so far? It's a great pick.
Good players and good teams.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's weird.
There's a number of pitchers I like, and I'm gonna not get the ace that I probably would have gotten, but that's okay. There's others.
Yeah, I mean, you got batting average, you got some speed, you got some power. You're off and going.
You may have a monster batting average if these guys actually.
And when you have batting average, you also have runs too.
Right.
And I think I've got some bags lined up pretty well. That's the one thing when you spend a first rounder on a guy that doesn't run, you want to get some bags out after that. Yeah. So I think I should be okay in that respect now.
All right, so you're coming to Las Vegas, right, for the first weekend, right?
Aaron Nola was the other guy.
Yep, that was the guy. That was the pitcher I was talking about.
Yep. I'll be there. I'm gonna get Tim and I have a charity golf tournament we're doing on the 24th, so we'll get in that night.
Cool.
And then it's gonna be it's gonna be a short trip coming in Friday or Thursday night. Probably do some golfing during the day on Friday, and then hang out with people Friday night, and then draft, and then highway time after that on the way home.
All right. Sounds good.
Because I want to do the radio show on Sunday, talk about the Maine and all that. And I assume there's going to be just so much news. It'll be like still a fire hose of news.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when I knew Tom was doing the show on Monday, I should have bumped him and said I had AL auction, NL auction for labor. I should have jumped on there with you, but it was all right.
We'll still go over it though. We can do that.
Yeah, sounds good.
If you want to drag Sean in there too, we could have him too.
Absolutely.
Or if you'd rather just tear him apart in absentia, I get that also.
No, he's my partner. I wouldn't do it without him at this point. I don't know the leagues deep enough. Like I said, I used to be a content guy, right? That's how I got in here. 94. Hell, I was the editor of a magazine. I was doing every player profile. I wrote every player profile. I did everything by hand. We had no projections. I did everything by hand, Did that for 20 years.
The first person in the industry I met in person.
Yes, and I do remember it, and I listened to your podcast, and I said, it was funny, you guys come in there and you're like, Mr. Ambrosius, Mr. Chandler, and stuff like that. Like, who are these
Chandler
dweebs?
wasn't there.
No, Chandler wasn't there. You're right. It was Mr. Hunt. I remember right away, oh, Mr. Hunt, it's such an honor,
Well, he put us on the map.
Yeah. He did?
He was the man.
He said, these Roto News guys? And I was like, I had never heard of them at all. I didn't even know. Player News? Oh, whatever. What are they joining for,
He gave us 3 screenshots that year in his Baseball Weekly column.
Huge.
Every time our traffic is through the roof.
Huge. Yep. Yeah, no, it was great.
I might even take one more hitter here if the right one comes.
Oh, go for it. Go for it. We're on national TV here. You just go for it.
Yeah.
Hey, if anybody wants to chat, just type something in. We'll put it on here. We appreciate everyone being on here, but go ahead and chat something, and we'll put it on the overlay here and let everybody can answer your question or respond on your comments. But here we are. We're through 4 rounds, about 17 minutes. That's how easy these are. These are 12 teams, 30 rounds, $1,400 league prize, $700 for second place. We pay $150,000 grand prize.
New high grand prize was $125,000 before. So we're
all right. So when we decided this at a budget meeting, Derek, it was October, and we thought baseball would be here. We'd have 100 drafts in by now. How the hell are we going to reach this budget?
11:30 p.m. drafts.
Yeah, we're going to need that for sure. No, we're not changing anything, man. We're going to go forward.
We'll get there. We're going to get there. We'll be.
And you're going to get and you're going to get drafts into April now too. So think about it that way.
Yeah.
In fact, how are you going to have mains like all the way up to April 6th?
Yeah.
April 7th morning, 8 a.m. Eastern. We will have a main event still.
Absolutely. Right. Yep. So I think we'll do well. I think we'll do fine.
Yeah, because Tim and I will do a second one online, and we'll sign up for one of those.
Yeah, they're all on registration right now, right through that next week. One of the things I was talking with Mike Masato, and he said, people like to do a second one after their first one. Sometimes like, I didn't like it, or I want to do a build a different build.
Spot.
Well, now from Las Vegas, you got a lot of people out there that those guys are going to say, I got to have a second build here. So I think we'll get a lot of last minute signups and such as well. But no, we'll be all right. But $175,000 grand prize in the main event, $150 in the Rotowire Online Championship. Jeff, in football, we got a $250,000 grand prize in the Rotowire Online Championship this year.
I love how, it's crazy. Football surpassed it for all of us operators in one way, form, or another.
Yeah.
It's crazy, the growth there. And for you guys, especially, it's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's good.
How's the NFBKC doing?
Well,
Will Smith just went. Darn it. That was going to be the guy I took.
It hasn't grown as much, but like last year, the NBA playoffs got done in July, right? And then they turned around and did the regular schedule right away in October. So there wasn't much time in between there, but there's growth there, but not as much certainly as any of the other sports.
The playoff game has been good. The playoff game's been good. So
that's a nice contest.
Yeah. Well, it's a fun little, and that's the thing. It's a fun little contest. And, the football playoff game did pretty well for you guys, I imagine.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's the one thing about expanded playoffs in baseball. Our baseball postseason contest.
Yeah, the baseball season contest can be very interesting.
All right, sir, you're on the clock here.
I am. I'm going to go closer first before a starter even. I was going to take Will Smith, the catcher, though.
Yeah, that would have been a good pick there.
Yeah, that would have put the room together.
That's about as far as Iglesias falls. I don't really see him falling into the middle of the 5th round in these OCs much. So you're getting probably a decent bargain compared to a lot of the draft.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep,
I think so. And the thing is, he's super secure, and now it gives me the freedom to do a lot of other things. I like a lot of starters coming up after this.
Mm-hmm.
So does everybody else. That's the problem. But we'll see.
But like you said, a 12-team build is a little different than a 15-team, right? Exactly. Do you think you could go 4 hitters in a row in a 15-team build? Probably not.
can be done. It's more difficult. You have to really be prepared.
Yeah. I mean, you're searching for closers then, you're searching for strikeouts then. It's got to be a little bit tougher in a 15-teamer, I would think.
Yeah.
All right, Darik, you see anything that stands out yet? Anybody? Robert in the first round was a little bit of a jump to team.
Robert, yeah, I think his min was 7, so I guess that's probably the second that he's gone in the OCs. I think I saw him go at 7 one time. But if he's your guy, he probably doesn't last as it comes around the turn. They're back to that, guys. So that's team 1's got the Woodruff, Wheeler, and Urias build going. So he's got 3 starters. Team 2 took Jake DeGrom as their first pitcher in round 2. What I said last week is what I've been seeing is people taking DeGrom usually start with Cole or Burns and take DeGrom as their second starter. So I don't actually, I mean, I know why, but it's like, so I don't usually see DeGrom as someone's number 1 starter. So that's a little interesting lately. Other than that, no, pretty standard again. Guys move around, guys move up, guys move down, and I assume it's only going to get more crazy as news comes out and guys sign. One guy who hasn't been drafted yet, I won't say his name right now, but I'm cannot wait to see where this one guy lands. I think he could be a potential top 10 player depending on where he lands. So,
we're gonna have to wait for that.
Teaser.
Wait for that.
It won't be long. It won't be long. He'll go this round.
Stay through the commercial, everyone, because we've got that teaser from Darik. We'll be back after this commercial from Tide. All right. Hey, let me ask you about one thing about the agreement that was done today. These guys shouldn't be keeping rookies down now, right? You don't hold them down for Super 2 reasons. Adley Rutschman should be up. Bobby Witt should be up on day 1, right?
Agreed.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir.
That's the biggest part because he could get Rookie of the Year and he would still lose that year of service. So they might as well bring him up right away, right now. Right?
Yeah, and they get compensated too now. So
and when he's probably your best player, bring him up. I mean, come on.
Well, they had to control him for another year last year.
So that was the thing.
Right.
I was the same way. I'm like, he had nothing left to show after like June or July in the minors. I mean, he was out of place. He was killing these guys. Just like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, you got Rutschman in the XFL, and I had already taken Bart, and I thought, why is Rutschman still out there? This is a keeper league. Catchers are invaluable in that damn XFL league. And I remember you getting them like, damn, 6th, 7th round or something like that.
Yeah, I got Rutschman and Vaughn back to back.
Oh, man. That one was
I've since traded them, but.
Have you? Jeez, I would have taken Rutschman. I think he's going to be good. He's going to be good. All right, did your teaser pick go yet or not?
Not yet.
All right, we'll go to another commercial. Come back after this.
It's a free agent that he's referring to. That's a big password hint. But
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's coming off a career, but he's not going to be playing in his former ballpark. That's very friendly. Let's put it that way.
Well, just take him to.
What if he ends up in another ballpark that's equally or more friendly?
That would be nice for him. Guys, I would have taken a Rose.
I'm thinking somewhere west of Nebraska. That's where I hope he lands.
What's that? Say that again.
I hope
Colorado?
he ends up basic. Yeah, that would be the prime spot.
Yeah, but they're not spending money.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that was the sign that these negotiations were going nowhere when they sent Montfort in as the negotiator for the owners, right? Holy cow! Of all the people. All right, you got your first starting pitcher.
Yep, I almost took Darik's not so mystery man. There he goes.
And there he goes.
There he goes. Okay. He's not going to Colorado.
Well, there was talk about Miami, and then Jeter resigned. So I was like, okay, he's not going to Miami now.
No, they're not going to spend any money on him.
He's going somewhere, so we'll have to wait to see.
This is also true.
He's definitely
I think he's due for a correction.
Been solid the last 2 years, though.
I'm aware of that.
Very solid.
So nothing wrong with Max Fried, though. I was off on Max Fried last year. Actually, I've been off on him. I was never on him at all last year. In that second half and watching him in the playoffs, I was like, wow, I missed something there. So I'm all in on Max Fried this year.
I won the labor mixed draft league because I traded for him. That's a trade league. I did 2 trades. One with Fred Zinke early. Ian Kennedy was the Rangers closer. I needed power and a first baseman. I traded for Joey Votto for 3 weeks. It looked like I lost big time because he got hurt.
Yeah.
But then Votto was awesome. And then I flipped Votto for Max Fried for the best 7 weeks of his life. And so that whole exchange worked out really well.
Yeah.
If you're in a league with Fred, you have to trade with him at least twice. Is that right?
Well, especially when you're doing a weekly podcast with him.
Oh, see, there you go.
Makes it almost impossible not to.
I've honestly never been in a league with him, but I do know his trading prowess.
Yeah. You've never played with him, huh? Interesting.
I've never been in a league with him, I don't think. I can't think of any that I've been. You wouldn't have been in labor with any of me. I don't think I've ever been in a tout wars with him. He certainly hasn't been in any industry leagues that I've been in. Yeah, interesting.
Frankie
he's not going to
continue.
He's not going to be able to either because I think I'm going to retire from these baseball.
That's what I'm just. It's so weird that you're not. You play in the speakers league with us though, right? You'll still do that.
Yeah.
You can't completely retire.
Not completely, no.
He's not retiring. He just whatever he can do from his pontoon boat and his
that's a change in my life. I've got a summer place now, and I'm not watching as much baseball.
We've got contingencies in place for everything while he's on his boat and stuff. So we're good.
Okay.
On a 3-hour tour, If you're ever up in Wisconsin, Jeff, not in the winter. Although I could take you to Lambeau, but I will show you a good time here. That's for
absolutely.
Sure. So.
I would enjoy it. Last time I went was maybe 7 or 8 years ago. I went to Madison.
Yeah.
My wife has family in Minnesota that we're thinking about maybe doing a family reunion, but I don't think it's going to happen this summer.
Where in Minnesota are they at?
St. John's University area.
Yeah, St. Cloud. Just
yeah.
right by Greg's brother, actually.
No, he said St. John's.
It's St. John's College University, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right over by Mike.
Is it? Oh, okay.
St. Cloud area.
Yep. All right, sounds good. All right, anything Verlander?
Verlander keeps creeping up, and Lindor keeps falling. So
really, that's late.
Pretty late for Lance Lynn at the end of pick 72. Pretty late for Lance Lynn.
Wow.
Well, there's one guy that's fallen that I'm not going to be able to pass up if he gets to me. I'll just say it. But if Clase gets to me, I'll take a second closer. Fine. I didn't really plan to do that in a 12, but if they're going to give that to me, I'm going to take it.
He won't. Yeah, 2 guys there. Bobby C probably will take him. He has him on a bunch of leagues, and he's picking right before you. Right?
Well, I mean, he's taken everybody, right? Because he likes 37.
He has taken everybody. He has that. He has shares of everybody. That's true.
He's the Johnny Cash of DCs. He's been everywhere, man.
Isn't that your buddy though?
I've never met him in person. Is the thing. He was sick the weekend that I went to Tennessee, but I'm
really?
It's a real bummer because it was so nice of him that he got tickets for the listening audience that doesn't realize he is a season ticket holder for the Titans. Not a Titans fan though, but he lives and works in Nashville. And he said anybody that provides content, he will get tickets for that Bengals Titans game.
Yeah.
Kim and I decided to take him up on that. Flew out for a weekend, 48 hours. Nashville's a great town.
Oh, beautiful.
We had a great time.
Yeah. That's awesome. NFBC customer gives you the trip of a lifetime as a Bengals fan, right?
Oh, I'm living right. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Emmanuel Clase, come on down.
I gotta check the min on that. That's gotta be the max on Clase. That's 70.
I mean, I feel like I'm just drafting by ADP tonight, and that's kind of weird, but that's fine too.
How come Lindor fell to 71? That's got to be pretty low for him as well, isn't it?
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Falling. He's been falling. Like even last time, I think we were talking about he went in the 60s and we felt it was.
Yeah, right. I mean, he had been going in the 50s for sure.
Lindor's max is 75, so he
for
that.
71.
So Barrios was a nice pick there too.
And what was Class A's?
And so was Cease.
I'm looking at Class A.
Yeah, those are nice starting pitchers.
I'm looking strictly at the OC number, the OCs here since we're doing it. Class A's previous max was 69.
Ooh.
So you've gone in between 40 and 69 in every OC in the 25 before this.
Well, one thing is now I'm not going to take a reliever until like the reserve round, so I've got that going for me.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Definitely.
kind of frees me up build wise a little bit. They get those 2 closers early.
Also justifies not taking Hader in round 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Fell in your lap. That's the way it's supposed to be, right? What the hell would you do if you won if you won 150,000? What would you do besides fly Bobby Kramatolo to your place then?
Split half
sure.
Rotowire.
Well, given how expensive new cars are getting these days, I might not even be able to afford that. But no, just kidding.
Gas. You could fill up with gas.
Yeah.
What's the price out by you for a gallon of gas?
Yeah.
So it's over 5, but there's some parts of LA it's like 7.
Yeah.
It's cheaper where I am, where I'm rocking the suburbs where I'm at.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm out by I'm about 15 minutes east of the Rose Bowl.
Oh, okay.
I got some for $3.89 today by my house.
I paid
And when you're
$3.99.
kicking and screaming about that, I bet too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in comparison to what it usually is, yeah, it's. Yep, I get it. Other people have it. Again, you're saying $6 or $7 in other places. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was really close to getting Manoa. I love Manoa. That's a great pick by who did that one there. I want to give him proper credit. Jablonski, good pick there.
That's a good one. Gossman, Cease, and Manoa is a nice little. Since he laid off starting pitchers, that's not a bad build right there. All right, this is a starting pitcher I think Derek likes, right?
Love. Not like love.
Cease and Rogers, you love them both?
I do. I love both Cease and Rogers. Rogers has been my guy even last year. Again, I think he's fallen too far. Had Jeff, if Clase hadn't have been there and I was in your position, I would have easily taken Trevor Rogers where he took Clase. So
I would have gone Manoa before Rogers, but I would have taken both very happily.
Yeah.
So I'm 4-4 right now. Kind of have a lot of different options now with this next pick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting how your build came together here after starting with four hitters to get the 2 closers, and you got a lot of options obviously left for the starting pitchers. So,
to me, 2 top 5 closers and 2, I don't know, top for sure in my mind, 16 to 18 starters.
Yeah.
After taking 4 hitters, that's the beauty of these 12s. You can really do different things. And if stuff falls great for
you got to realize everybody else has similarly like, oh, this is a really good build.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Like I was saying, we should look at everyone's team right now and be like, well, I like that team. It's
yeah.
All right, so Chris reached out to us, Chris Liss, and he wants to do a beat Chris Liss. Is he like easier meat right now than ever because he's not as into baseball, or you think he can hold his own?
Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe he's like, he's done to make bad Twitter joke, but he's doing his own research, and maybe he's got a stronger feel for who he likes. I know he's also signing up for another DC, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah, he did. He signed up for the 400 and filled up pretty quick after he did it today.
Yeah.
All right. Anthony says, I think we all know who you need to take next.
Do we all know?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Unless Lissa's favorite is still out there, but no, he's long gone. So no.
Which favorite, Buxton or Mondesi?
It would have been Buxton.
Yeah, that was way early. Yeah, I'm not quite sure who he's referring to, but DM me, Anthony. Tell me, I need help.
And so, I was going to say maybe it's a red, but India already went in front of your Rogers pick, so I'm not sure who he's referring to.
I think he was referring to Mondesi or Buxton because he just said
he could have been. Yeah, right.
Okay.
All right, Mitch says he's happy for me. Back in the game. Hey, I never left the game, damn it. I never left the game.
Comeback.
It's not a comeback. I was just on the sidelines warming up for a while there. But, yeah, last week when we did this with Vlad, it was Matty Wood last week, question was like, so what are you going to do if they sit out till May 1st? I'm not answering that question. Geez, I'm not going down that path.
Well, now you can just say the question is moot.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I did right was I just kept telling people, be patient. Something's going to work. I just could not see them canceling 2 weeks of games because then they were never going to get it resolved because the players wanted full payment, right? So I just had to get done. But I was sick to my stomach last night when I saw it. They canceled another week. I was actually grilling out burgers out there with a beer, and I just could not believe it. How could he cancel another week of games? My goodness.
JD, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony wanted me to get Witt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I already have a short.
I should have caught that. Bobby Witt's one of my guys, and I think he was referring to me, and I just didn't catch it.
Oh, okay. There you go. No, I'm happy too. I'm happy the young players overruled the union. Did you see that, Jeff? The executive board for the Players Association voted 8-0 against approving the contract.
I did
And then
not.
the team reps was 26-4.
I don't get what that. When did that come about? I'd never heard about that until today.
I thought it was 8-0 in favor. I missed that.
No, it was 8-0 against, and then it went to the teams, and it was 26-4. So I think the executive board felt they could have got more. I don't know, but so
and that was like Scherzer and Andrew Miller and those guys.
Yeah. Boris clients, it seems like, but no, I'm glad that they all voted to approve it too. We would be in no man's land if they hadn't. So
I'm going to reveal my ignorance because I kind of after the March 1st, March 2nd debacle.
Yep.
I was cranking out the who and saying won't be fooled again, and so I just let everybody else just tell me when it was going to happen. I wasn't following every update breathlessly.
Boy, I was.
I know. I saw you on Twitter.
I not only was following, I was responding to everything that was happening. I was so mad.
Wait, somebody's wrong on the internet. Greg, you're on it. Get on it.
Greg, did you hear of the executive board before today? I had never heard of that before.
No, I didn't know that that's how they voted either. I didn't know that there was 38 votes on this that included 8 and then 1 from each of the 30 teams. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, I think this executive board, not only with older veterans, but guys who have already been paid. And they said they were fighting for the younger players, and they certainly got what the younger players needed. I think it was a fantastic haul for the younger players. Starting out at 700,000 is a nice number. So I don't get the 8-0.
Wish you would have started me off at 700K. That would have been nice.
I wish they'd end me at 700K. That would be nice. Great day today. Absolutely, Jason. I know you're asking questions early today. What am I going to do? Thank you for being patient because we're going to be in Vegas. We're going to get it done. And like I said, I'll be handing out the kisses. So it's going to be fun. But
get her done.
All right. There we go. McClanahan, right?
A little early, but I've been shut out on him so far. B, I waited on pitchers, so I need a little bit more upside is the way I looked at that.
How many innings do you think he goes, Jeff, this year?
150.
Okay.
Maybe 140 because, we're a little late start, but not too much later.
Okay.
Yep.
I would have gone Grandal had he made it to me, but alas, he did not.
Yes, Anthony, those are $15 beers at the Bellagio, and we'll be happy to pour them for you. We are excited to be able to spend exactly what we said we were going to spend at the Bellagio. I told them we're going to be there. We'll meet our minimums on food and beverage. More beverage than food this time around, and I'm okay with that. So,
just as long as we have that steak for that you usually get for the lunch on the Saturday.
Saturday, it's a given. Steak and chicken is a given on Saturday for the main event. Okay.
All right, useful.
It's already ordered, and it's not for you. It's for me. Okay. I love it as much as everybody else. So.
Okay, Drago.
No, that steak and chicken. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Absolutely. So, all right. So here we go. Look at all that yellow. You said you were going to build the yellow brick road, right?
Yep.
You're a man of your word.
I am.
Chris Bryant. Where does he go, Jeff?
He just went. Oh, where does he land?
Where is he going to sign?
Brewers. Brewers are going to turn up the heat with Chris Bryant and stick it in the face of the Cubs.
Wouldn't that be something? Holy cow. That would be something. Could put him at first base easily.
You can put him a lot of places.
Put him in the outfield. Yeah, you can put him on.
He play all over just like he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Now I love baseball again. We're going to get Bryant. I'm all in again. I am all in, man. Woo. I actually used to have a Prince Fielder fathead behind me, but he got too heavy and he just kind of fell down. So I got Clay Matthews' ass behind me right now. So Bryant to Seattle.
I've never had a fathead.
Oh, they're awesome. They're awesome. Yeah. They're impossible to put up at first, but
Yeah.
they're nice. I did one of my boy when he was in 3rd grade as a football player. We made a fathead of him and put a really big fathead of him. He's like 70 pounds, right? Then he grew to 240 pounds. They won a state title and still have that fathead up of him. It's fantastic.
Mitchell. I love me some Dansby Swanson. It makes me sad to see them go.
Oops. Here we got a comment on your team right now. Your pitcher picks are fantastic. Wow.
You should think about doing fantasy for a living. That's good.
That's pretty good. Boz goes early. I like him. I like Boz, but that's kind of early, I think.
How many innings for him this year?
120, 125 maybe.
Oh, Alan apologizes to you.
There's going to be some Raisian mechanics there.
Yeah.
So Willie Adames goes 2 picks after Swanson, a guy I like a lot too.
I like him a lot, but that strikes me as a smidge early. He's usually kind of like a 160 sort of guy.
Yeah, he's been climbing in these OCs. He's been going 10th round, pretty standard now.
Yeah.
Tom said he should have been MVP last year.
Yeah, that was a little overstretched. Tom has some outstanding takes on Twitter lately. I tell you what, love Tom to death.
Lately?
Well, I know not just lately, but
all right. I didn't really want to do this one.
You would have to engage him in a Derek Carr Twitter feud too. My goodness. Oh, Rendon. Talk about it.
Liz always say don't, but again, I'm building more average built in there. I needed a third base. Third base dries up, I think, pretty quickly. And it was time to start adding offense again. Now I can kind of I've got some targets left and right here that I like pitching wise and hitting wise, but still.
Yeah, I mean, you give Rendon a full healthy year, and then again, is anyone ever going to be truly healthy all year? I don't know, but that Angels offense can do some things this year. I think if everyone kind of sticks in, so that I mean, this is a guy that's been traditionally going round 3, round 4 the last however many years. So falling down all the way to round 10 is could be good.
Today's the day I learned that Bob Cremutola is a Luis Garcia guy, though. That was going to be my next pick. And I thought that was early. But I learned. Nice pick, Bob.
Jeff, was there any blowback to Artie Moreno and the fact that he objected to going higher on the CBT? I mean, come on, he's in the Los Angeles market for crying out loud. Trout can't make the playoffs. Do something, Artie, right?
Oh, he's one of the worst. But then again, I'm a Reds fan, so I think it's pretty fitting that Castellini, who voted to not give the players anything more, he was one of the guys that loses his opening day. And I'm a Reds fan, but I'm fine with him losing that opening day. He deserved it.
Yeah. But was there any blowback to Artie or not out there?
Oh, it's Southern California. People have a million other things to do. So, yes, there probably will be internally, though.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, I would have thought Pittsburgh would have been one of the teams. You could say Kansas City. Hell, Milwaukee's a small market team, and they at least try to compete every single year. But okay.
Newsflash: I like Milwaukee pitchers.
Trust me, for 30 plus years, you never said that. They had
know.
hitters, but they certainly could never groom any pitchers. They could never draft them and then bring them up themselves. But they got a nice pipeline going right now.
I don't know. I had some of David Bush's failures on my watch. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll do it. They'll scar you for life.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Pete Vukovich, though, Cy Young Award winner.
Come on, that's before your time. That's 82.
Fantastic actor too. Let's not forget that.
I was like,
10. You're 10 years old at that time. It's 82. I was in the bleachers during the 82 season, man, drinking $3 beers. Bleachers were $3 too.
I'm sure it's less than that even.
Yeah, actually it was $1.50. The bleacher seats were $3, but
I used to go when I was at Northwestern, we'd go up to County Park at least for a game or two every year. Good buddy of mine was from West Allis.
Sure. Yep.
And so he knew all the ins and outs. Like he knew which was, which was the good vendor to get, where to get the good brats in the tailgate, all that. So,
Yeah.
He knew about the secret sauce.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Speaking of Northwestern, what a comeback today, huh?
Yesterday, yes. Today, not so much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was yesterday. See,
okay.
I literally been up for 72 straight hours.
Iowa.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Iowa just murder death killed us. It was so ugly. It was like 63-32 at the half.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. They scored like 112 on us.
Wow. I saw Michigan blew a big lead to Indiana. March Madness time, and again, when we're out in Las Vegas, it'll be Sweet 16, so that should be.
Oh, it's going to be nuts.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. So, okay, let's see. All right, so we're into round 11, 10 rounds in about 45 minutes. That's pretty sweet for sure. Darik, these get done in about what, 2:15 or so?
That's average, probably a little bit less than that. I mean, we had a 94-minute one last week.
Wow, really?
I've seen one go about 2.5 hours. But yeah, if you're joining these, just figure right around 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
30 rounds, that's pretty damn good for sure.
I'm still steaming over Luis Garcia. That was going to be such a sneaky pick.
Time to find another guy. Time to find another guy here.
Yeah.
All right. Is this Mitch? Is he speculating Schwarber to St. Louis, or are we starting to see some free agent? We're not on Twitter, either one of us, but
I'm looking and I don't see any notes, but
all right.
I bet you it's going to take a little while because I don't think the agents and the teams have been in contact. There's so much discord, and if one person leaks that someone's breaking that trust, then it sets the whole negotiations back a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I don't think I think we're going to wait like 48 hours.
I'd be surprised if we wait that long. I think it's going to start flowing here pretty good, but
I hope so. I mean, content is good, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Yeah. Just a guess. All right. So you're using the Rooster. Why are you using the Rooster? Come on. We all have different choices here.
I love the Rooster. I love the Rooster. I use the Rooster. I love it.
Wow. I've never used the Rooster.
I also listen to Lithium on Sirius XM. If you want to make that connection there, the Rooster, that song.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think it startles me too much, so I don't ever use the Rooster. I'll just say that.
I'm gonna go another pitcher here. Old and boring pick, but he's going to get a lot of innings. I think he's going to have a nice impact on the ratios. We'll see. I little bit of a downside in terms of strikeouts, but
the crowd didn't clap when you made that pick. It's not mean it's a bad pick, but I didn't hear anything from the crowd.
That's okay.
Wow, that's
got to be my own man.
Two catchers moving up significantly there. Ruiz and Garver aren't usually around 11 picks. 12. Those guys are moving up. And now we'll see a run of purple here.
Was that catcher or first base?
First base now.
Yeah. Well,
although we kind of started already. Walsh, Mountcastle, Hoskins, and CJ Cron all in the last 7 picks here. So actually, there won't be a ton left of them going.
What was interesting is, CJ Cron's name was in the news, but not for good reasons. I haven't seen that affect his draft value at all.
I didn't see. I totally missed it. Was it something?
The Tyler Skaggs case.
Oh,
he's called on the stand.
Oh yeah,
it was not for good reasons that he was in the news.
Yeah. You see anything here, Darik, on these pitchers' builds? I mean, it looks like everybody's kind of filling out. Team 3's only got. We got 2 starters and a reliever.
Well, Hendricks still right now. I mean, nothing. And this is normal yellow pattern that you see.
Yeah. All right, we got some good interaction on the chat at least. I appreciate everybody putting some posts in here, putting it up here. Keeps a little more interactive. Again, we'll try to do these a few more times. I think I'm going to have one on Monday with Jen Piancetti. and Sean are actually going to do a cut line. I'm going to live stream one on Monday. So that'll be
Nice.
the next one for that. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the cut line 10 team. That's a fun build as well. So it's great to be able to do this. I mean, Jeff, you guys are doing podcasts daily, basically. The software is so easy to be able to do this now. Even an old guy like me can set this up and do a live stream, but it's fun. It's great to be able to see this. And I know for football, we're going to do a lot of these because those dang Rotowire Online Championships can get done in about 65 minutes or 70 minutes. You can do 20 rounds, So.
Well, I had Lenny on the live stream today. If
I saw that.
Can do it, then yeah. I mean, it's still.
He was fading out in the background though with his background. So
yeah, he did do it. He kind of looked like Max Headroom out there.
Yeah, he did. I know, but he had a fancy background, so I give him that. He figured out how to put that on behind him. So if Lenny can do that, anybody.
He may have had some help.
Oh, okay, but
but that's okay too.
Yeah. All right.
Make a good team.
You have Dylan Carlson, I see here.
Yeah, I'm big on him. I like guys that aged a level more than held their own and improved in almost every category. He's going to be batting a good spot in the order on a good team again. It's not that when you do that at age 22, I like your chances of improving the next year.
Darik, any thoughts on how Jeff is building this right now?
No, it's good. I mean, again, the way he started, he had to go some yellow there and get back, and then I like the Redden pick. Obviously, Bassett and Dylan Carlson maybe aren't my cup of tea, but again, there's nothing wrong with them. So yeah, it's a solid.
Jeff, how do you use ADP? I mean, obviously that's been more and more important the last couple of years. NFBC is definitely a gold standard.
I really use it early to make sure I haven't forgotten anybody. When I'm doing my rankings and projections, it's always a good like reality check, if you will.
Yeah.
In the draft, I think as we get closer and closer to the start of the season, it's something that helps me like make it's something that becomes a little less relevant because you get in the main, it's a get your guys sort of event.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even for me right now in these 12s, at this point, round 12, round 13, I throw ADP out the window. I'm just grabbing my guys from now on. I don't care at ADP at this point anymore in the 12s. So
right.
You're not allowed to play anymore, Darik.
I know. I'm just saying,
if you were playing.
I was, this is what I would be doing.
If I did.
I watch so many of these, I feel like I still am playing because I could sit here and predict like in a draft. If I actually had, instead of seeing team 1 through 12 and the actual names are up there, I could probably hit on most of these guys when they're picking, down in these rounds because they're picking the same guy. Like a lot of these guys do enough drafts, they're volume drafters where they're picking these same guys now across the board in certain spots. So I'd be able to nail a lot of them just from watching.
You're going to start to get to the point though where you're going to get some new people in the pool. Now that we have an agreement, it's good, and that's actually, that's good because it shakes up ADP a little bit. It shakes up. You don't see the usual suspects every time. I think that's probably good for you guys. It's certainly good for everybody else playing. That they're playing the same people all the time. It's like, you don't want to go to a poker room where you're playing against the same players all the time.
Every single time.
Yeah. I will say one thing. There have been some veterans that have held off, though, playing. Casey Cha hasn't done a single draft champions. He won 27 league titles last year. He won 14 draft champions league titles last year.
So that's kind of hurtful for you that he's not playing right now.
Well, he just said he was sitting back. He was still going to do some prep, and I don't blame him for not jumping in maybe with.
Well, there's 100 legitimate free agents out there,
Yeah, right. And I'm just saying there's a lot of our veterans that I could name right now that have not come back in at this point, and I think they're dive in. I mean, Darik can tell you, as soon as that agreement was done, Jeff, you would not have believed how many sign-ups.
Today was a good day for you, huh?
Ding, 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 ding. It was nuts.
It was insane. And to think that many people were just sitting back, and now I want to draft, I need to learn the player pool, or I want to learn the player. It was insane. It was definitely higher than I would have expected. That quickly, how it just went that fast in the first 30 minutes was unreal. Yeah. I mean, we sold out the 10 o'clock online championship. We had really nobody in that one, and it just sold out in an hour or 2 hours. It was just, and then the draft champions and all. So Yeah, I think people will be back in, but I can
Yeah.
say there are some veterans who have sat out so far.
We literally added a main event table on Saturday in Vegas today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. There are that many who committed to Vegas right away.
How many tables do you think you'll have there?
Well, we only have room for 7 because there are some huge conventions there that weekend, and so
See,
we've got,
also high hotel room prices.
no, I know, but there's this convention has even reserved all the suites. It's tough to even get a suite there right now. So,
man of your sort of means and lifestyle, I imagine that's a kind of.
I got one. Don't worry.
You know?
I got
Okay.
one. You've been up there. You know how I live up in that suite.
I
It's
know how
not
you live.
easy.
I mean, you're going to spend a week there. You need a little bit of space.
Well, you do. Yeah, we bring our own
10
projectors.
days or
and all
however
that
many days
stuff.
you're there.
I got to get a case of Diet Coke for Derek, so I got to store that somewhere. So
Yeah. Some pretzels, chips, don't forget. You got everything.
that's how we get by. That's how we live. So, all right. So things are looking good here. It's starting to come together. Again, we wanted to do this for about a good hour or so. We don't need to take it all the way through round 30. But Jeff, it's great to have you on here. It's great to be drafting with you. Again, we appreciate everything Rotowire.com does for us. The partnership is more than 10 years. It's been fantastic. Give people a little something they can look for on Rotowire.com, the tools that you have that they can win in NFBC as well.
So, a couple things, first of all, check us out for free, rotowire.com/free. It's a free 10-day trial. You get access to everything on the site except for our live draft software. You got to pay for that. But we've got all sorts of articles. We're going to be updating projections left and right. Obviously, it's going to be a fire hose of information, so we invite you to check it all out. 5 podcasts a week. We're on Sirius XM, and we're all about the NFBC. You guys know that. We love the NFBC, and we're looking forward to a great run here, especially now that we have Labor Peace. Can't wait for opening day.
Yep, absolutely, no doubt about it. So, Jeff, I don't know if you know it, but I actually wrote the rules to the NFBC after the Arizona Fall League in 2002. I actually had gone to the WCOFF in September, could not believe what Lenny and Abel put together. I'm sitting at Scottsdale Stadium, the old A's Stadium, with Zaleski and Charlie Wiegert. And I was like, I can do this in baseball. I know I can do this in baseball. And I'm like, but how many teams? I don't want to do 12, Charlie goes 14. Zaleski, I do 16. And I was like, nah, neither one of those sound good. And I just thought, well, maybe 15 because it's half the player pool with 30 teams, And I actually wrote most of the rules on the flight back home. But
nice.
A little shout out to Charlie Wiegert, maybe a small one to Zaleski as well. But it came from the Arizona Fall League. And
nice.
Yeah, it was cool. The next year is when I actually announced that I was going to do it. The first place I announced it was at the Arizona Fall League in 2003. We lost our ass in 2004, but we survived to live one more year, and now we're on year 19. So all is good. So
it's a hell of a run we've been on, right?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I mean, I kind of did it because I could see magazines were starting to go away, and I thought, well, maybe this will prop up our magazines. Well, my magazine was dead 7 years later, and this thing still lives 19 years later. So,
and we're not even doing a magazine anymore. This is the first year no baseball magazine for us.
Yeah, you guys still do a football one though, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, I was at Peter's place. His cottage up is by mine up north, and he gave me a football one. He said, "Yeah, we're not doing baseball anymore." And he told me the circulation, and we used to print it for you guys. We used to distribute it for you, and it's just hard to get distribution these days, right?
It's such a murky world.
Oh, of course. It's always been a murky world, but even just to get it out there is very hard. B. Daltons are gone,
Walden
Books.
Right.
When you didn't have those places where people actually went to buy the magazines, it just makes
what's a bookstore?
Yeah, I know it. Right. So now you put it at, Quick Trips or, gas stations, and the sell-throughs aren't as good there as they are at the bookstores. So, yeah. Sad. That was my life for a long time, but we move on. So.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we appreciate everything, guys. This has been a good hour. Again, we're going to have Rotowire Online Championship leagues every night, Derek. 8
every day. Noon, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11:30. Basically the even hours and 11:30.
Yes, and then the cut lines are the odd hours, and we may not fill everything, but they're going to be out there, and hopefully we can get to where we want to be. Again, $150,000 grand prize is a record this year. For football, it's going to be 250,000. Main event, 175,000. It's going to be a record year. We're going to forget about the last 99 days, and it's going to be a great, great season. So play ball is what I say. And thank you, Spotted Cow. Appreciate that as well. So, Derek, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you on Monday for sure on the show then, okay?
Sounds awesome. Take care, guys.
All
Thanks,
right.
Jeff.
Thanks, everyone. See ya. Good night.